Hello, welcome to this update for Oceania and parts of Southeast Asia too. So, we do have still some heavy rain, spots of northern Australia and spots of Southeast Asia, Indonesia, especially near southern Thailand, and more spots. But let's see here what's happening. There's this extra tropical feature near New Zealand with more rain as well. So next few days in Australia, expect some more rain, maybe in Queensland and spots on the east coast as well. Show some, especially central northern Queensland and kind of the Northern Territory. So today's Thursday, the third still shows some storms there, and into Friday shows like Northern Territory, a storm or two, and especially central northern Queensland Friday on April 4th. And then does show maybe this front in southwestern Australia starting like late today into Friday, some rain in some spots there. Then Thursday, this goes into Friday, maybe a storm or two, southwestern most Australia. Friday, does show some showers, maybe a storm or two for southwestern Australia into Saturday. Still shows a storm or two Saturday into Sunday. Some spots maybe close to Perth, a finger or two, or maybe Sunday, but nothing that crazy. And then this goes and still shows like on April 7th, some rain in southwestern Australia, but we'll keep watching. Be aware. And then here in the north, those tropical showers and storms, especially along northern Queensland, those spots there throughout this week into next weekend. So especially like on April 7th, show like northwestern Australia, more spots of Northern Territory and Queensland, but be aware this week still around Queensland there's the icon still shows kind of this front connected to Queensland with some storms there Wednesday, Thursday, especially this afternoon, Thursday, in spots of Queensland. These are like Thursday night and almost Friday, but Friday still a finger two. This goes more like Friday evening, some storms, and the icons also the stuff in southwestern Australia. So Friday this goes. Saturday, still a few passing storms in northernmost areas there, and then maybe some light showers in Tasmania or Victoria. So Sunday into Monday a shower too, but now does show a shower too like today Thursday into Friday maybe in Victoria. So be aware. And because it is massive system near New Zealand that has this cold front and extending all the way north. There's the GFS, like today, Thursday, with a few storms in Queensland and Northern Territory. So this goes still later today into Friday, has some like Northern Queensland, and then Thursday, Friday, more there. Especially later this weekend, Sunday, some more moisture for northernmost Australia, and then Monday, maybe a little bit for northwest Australia too, some showers and storms, and then we'll keep watching after that. But please be aware, New Zealand, there's this extra tropical cycle now. This front, there's some heavy rain on the northern coasts there, north and western side of New Zealand. This goes probably more rain continuing today and Friday, many parts of northern New Zealand too, some storms, and then this front goes away there. But between Friday and Saturday, might leave some more rain in Waitani and some storms. So be aware, this goes and probably a new system on Saturday into Sunday. This area like close to Sunday, some more rain and a few thunderstorms, spots of central New Zealand. Then the European still has on April 8th a new system there with more storms. So we'll keep watching. Just be aware. There's the rainfall accumulation for the short range here, like southwestern Australia until Friday. There's this high resolution model shows spots there to let's just switch this here to 45 millimeters, 54, 56 millimeters in a few spots. And doesn't have much in Perth, but there's a further south there. So be aware. Further north into like Northern Territory, now until Friday, shows some isolated spots there with close to 100 millimeters, but these are like very isolated thunderstorms that might have some strong downpours because it's mainly dry in some areas, but there are some isolated strong downpours and in the ocean there. So be aware. There's like for northern Queensland, the area that might have more storms. So shows this trail here of showers and storms mainly this afternoon Thursday, but like close to 100 millimeters in a spot or two with this high resolution model. Spots on the coast as well, and that's at like 46, 77 millimeters, 49 millimeters, 92. So be aware right on the coast. Might be some stronger storms coming on shore in spots of northernmost Queensland too. So be aware those areas. There's like further south, New South Wales shows a shower or two next day or so, not northern New South Wales, and some spots like that's Queensland. Here, this map is good actually, like for southern Queensland. So shows like this trail of storms here near some areas to even to 100 millimeters or even like this model is like 150 or something, but Brisbane is fine and Gold Coast is also fine. But further north, maybe those heavier showers central to northern Queensland next day or so. So be careful those areas. There's this one in Tasmania and Victoria, a shower through there. So yeah, be aware. But this is the short range. If I put like 5 days until April 7th, does show the European northern Queensland, and and you can see these rainfall totals here are very different from the high resolution model. The high resolution model had like 100 millimeters in less than 2 days, and this one barely has 70 millimeters in 5 days. So I tend to trust those high resolution models more. But you can see here like the northern tip of Queensland close to 96 and more moisture in this part of the ocean there in the bay. So be aware, Northern Territory shows some more showers, storms in the next 5 days. Northwestern Australia might have some, but this whole section of Central Australia is fairly dry, and spots of southwestern Australia with those storms there and some showers, some more rain. So be aware, maybe something close to the west coast, but very little Victoria, maybe some more rain in Tasmania too next 5 days. So be aware. And if I put like 10 days here, it doesn't change much, just increases more in northern Australia, like Northern Territory and Queensland, next 10 days. But these are Central Australia remains fine. Just some more rain on the east coast, maybe next 10 days, and in Tasmania, maybe somewhere in southwestern Australia next 10 days. But there in the tropics, like might be a lot in the tropics, but like just northern Territory and some spots there. But this is too far. We can't know what will happen that far out. But beware, the GFS 5 days out shows spots of Queensland, more rain, central areas very dry, but more northern Territory, northwestern Australia. But the GFS is even more than the European sections of northern Queensland, even like 113, and spots in northern Territory. So beware, Tasmania, especially the west coast of Tasmania, and more in southwestern Australia too. So be aware, there's the icon, 5 days, shows some in Tasmania, southwestern Australia, and more in Queensland, especially Queensland, those stronger storms, and a shower too on the east coast. But be aware, there's the access to shows like 5 days spots of Queensland, even to 140 millimeters. It has right on the northern coast, Northern Territory, like on the bay there, to 140 in a few spots, and some islands there even close to 160, and does have some more northwest on Australia as well, more spots there. So be aware, but nothing that crazy. The temperatures are kind of milder now and kind of coldish there in the far south, but during the day, still hotish in Western Australia, like still close to 39, 37. That's quite hot, but central areas are doing kind of fine. So this goes slightly colder during the night, further south there, and then Thursday, Friday afternoon, does warm up on the west again. Some mid 30s, high 30s Celsius, but does cool down in Tasmania, even to like -1 degrees. Spots in Southern Australia to 5, 4 degrees, but still warm there. The other sections, and does show on April 5th. Still warm spots in Western Australia and kind of hot. Even Northern Queensland, kind of hot. Some spots there, and then this goes still cold like in the southeast. Some 3, 2 degrees spots there. Even as in central Queensland to 17, 15 degrees, and there South Australia too. Then this goes still hotish during the day, especially in Western Australia to 36, 37 degrees, and South Australia some 30s and on April 6th, but this goes and during the night on the morning of the 7th still shows close to 0 degrees in Tasmania, coldish in the southeast, and during the day on April 7th that shows some 30s, even slightly higher, 37, even close to 38 spots of the west in Queensland, some 30s too. This goes Monday, the 7th, still colder on Tuesday morning on April 8th. This goes and still in the afternoon on the 8th, spots of Western Australia, some 37, 38 degrees in a few spots, still cold at night there. On April 9th, still shows kind of hot spots of South Australia, even close to 40 degrees Western Australia in a few spots. This goes still kind of cool, and then on April 10th in the afternoon, does heat up again. Western Australia to 39, even to 41 degrees in a few spots. Northern Territory some 30s as well. This goes cools down again those areas, but does kind of increase on April 11th. The heat a little bit to 40 degrees in some areas, 37, even to 42 on the westernmost areas, and central areas some 20s, 30s, and then this goes still mild to kind of chilly in the south, but still shows on April 12th spots of the west close to 41 degrees, 36, 40. There's the GFS slightly less, but some 39 too. This goes that the GFS is slightly colder during the night as well. Those areas and warmer there. The GFS, especially in Tasmania, has some colder temperatures there. So be aware, and yeah, we'll keep monitoring. There's the icon too, has a similar thing, and be aware. And those areas the south, like Canberra, those areas 2 to 5 degrees during the night. It warms up in the afternoon, but some nights down to 5, 4 degrees, and depending on the day, it might be less as well. So be aware those areas. Be aware like as some wind gusts, spots of Western Australia maybe slightly breezier in a few spots. Nothing crazy, but maybe a day or two like this afternoon or evening Thursday, slightly more some western portions there, and maybe some other portions too. And these storms in Queensland might have more wind too, and then it shows later Friday more wind in the ocean there, probably making some waves southwestern Australia. This goes and still shows like Friday into Saturday, slightly gustier. Spots of Tasmania too, the ocean there. This goes, and the European does have stronger winds in Tasmania on March 6th, even goes to 93, some 82 km per gust. So be aware, there's the icon that's like insane, to 110 km per gust, 111. But there's the GFS, just hanging out. So the GFS not that much, but be aware on April 6th. This goes as still a little bit on April 7th. This goes towards New Zealand, and still shows like a day or two on the 8th, maybe spot of southwestern Australia, and maybe the Coral Sea a day or two, slightly windier a day or two there, but nothing that crazy. So yeah, be aware those areas, and yeah, stay safe. New Zealand next 5 days still shows a lot of rain because of this extra tropical cycle, so still shows like 180 millimeters spot to the west coast, even to 286. So be aware, spots New Zealand some 87 millimeters, 58, some 115, 67. And this is 5 days. If I just put like 2 days, already shows in the next 2 days close to 150, even 200 millimeters from this system. Now the icons like 233, 179 in some spots. The GFS is above 100 too in a few spots just next 2 days. So be aware, spots of northern New Zealand as well. Some more wind, some more rain. Actually, this is rain, no wind. And it does show on the northern coast some more in some areas. There's the icon. It does have more than 100 meters. Some spots the northern coast there, and some other spots the North Island. But the icon specifically has like more than 125 in the tip of the North Island. The GFS is only like 55, and yeah, so be aware. And if I put like 7 days out, shows even more because of the other systems coming later. So be aware those areas. For snow doesn't show that much, shows a finger or two in the mountain, like 1 centimeter or something, but probably Tasmania might have some snow, some 8 centimeters, 7 6 centimeters. So yeah, be aware. And in the next 10 days or something doesn't increase that much, just a finger or two. But be aware, there's the GFS. The GFS is a totally different situation. The GFS like 18 centimeters in New Zealand, even like some 24 centimeters to 27 in Mount Cook, 26. So the GFS does have snow, and the icons is barely anything there. So just the GFS has this snow in New Zealand. There's the axis is like right in the middle. It has some 2 centimeters, but barely nothing. So be aware those areas. But yeah, and the axis in the other term doesn't have snow in Tasmania, just like half a centimeter. So we'll keep watching this, and the GFS does have like some 15 centimeters in Tasmania, so be aware. But for wind here in New Zealand, there's this system now, shows more wind offshore there, but does affect the northern coast some spots. So Wednesday, especially Thursday, it's already Thursday there in their time, but does show later this afternoon some higher gusts, even to 8 km per gust, southern New Zealand, spots of the central southern island, and then this goes. And as we're getting to Friday, does show still some spots there, some higher gusts, central, even southern New Zealand there. So Thursday, this goes into Friday. The European does have some higher gust spots of central North Island there, and it gets very high, some specific spots. The icons, the same thing, even goes to 100, somewhere there in the central North Island, And so Friday this goes and starts increasing in Waitani there later Friday into Saturday as this front comes. So the European even has like some 88 close to 90 kilometer per hour on Saturday morning. But this goes away, and then we might have this next system on Sunday into Monday on April 6th and April 7th. So beware, some wind there, but nothing that crazy. The crazier thing might come on April 8th, Tuesday. So does show like this bigger low pressure coming. Some winds are at Tuesday, but maybe most wind Wednesday in the North Island on Tuesday night into Wednesday. But nothing that crazy, but does show some wind near Christchurch, more spots there. So this goes and maybe into Waitani on April 9th. So be aware, but especially these rainfall amounts there might be more dangerous in those higher elevations. There possibly is some landslides, so be aware. Some spots there, maybe a storm or two as well, but nothing that crazy. So be aware. The temperatures there are not that extreme, but does show slightly colder spots of the mountain still. But this goes in the afternoon, does warm up a bit, spots to 20 degrees, 19, even to like close to 21, but still less in the mountains. And during the night, it doesn't go down that much, remains 21. This goes, and in this warm part before the front arrives shows like even like 23 24 degrees spots of the South Island. And then this goes, and then this light cold air comes in Friday into Saturday and gets slightly colder there in the mountains, still warmer during the day. Saturday afternoon spots in northern New Zealand, but does go, and like this is Sunday morning or something, some 2 degrees in the mountains, some areas. This goes, especially Sunday afternoon, shows warmer, some northern coast to 21 degrees, 11, 21 degrees, but does show Sunday night into Monday morning, so 1 degree, 2 degrees, and even less spots of the mountains. So please be aware. Still shows like a slightly warmer Monday afternoon, but Tuesday morning still slightly colder in the mountains, and kind of remains like this. On April 10th shows slightly colder in the mountains. There's the GFS, kind of similar, but not that similar. The GFS is different. It has on Tuesday the 8th already so like -3 to -4. There the icon on that time frame just as like 0, -1 Tuesday. So yeah, be aware. Those areas will keep monitoring. The islands is a very tropical temperatures, warm, and yeah, nothing that crazy. But let's see here. So the rain, still some scattered showers and storms, spots of Oceania there. Shows Thursday, today, some passing showers in Vanuatu, maybe shower or two in Fiji. This goes into Friday, Saturday. The dust show maybe near spots of the Cook Islands or southern French Polynesia Sunday into Monday. And then these localized showers or storms near the Samoa Islands, New Caledonia, some spots there. But it does show the rain accumulation like 5 days until Monday. Does shows not that much, but shows spots of Vanuatu, some to 27 millimeters, 16 specific spots of 28 millimeters. The heaviest rain is further north there in some areas of Tuvalu, some 50 millimeters, Tokelau 62, and more islands there like some 55 In Samoa, shows close to 30 millimeters in a few spots, but nothing that crazy. Shows like in Fiji, some passing showers, storm or two, but does show like some 18 millimeters, 22 millimeters. So yeah, be aware. New Caledonia might be a few thunderstorms and some showers, but nothing that crazy. The Cook Island shows more, especially the eastern side of the Cook Islands. This model is like 106 millimeters, 104 in Nauru, just 35 millimeters, spots just 75. So yeah, be aware, but this might change still. French Polynesia is quite fine, shows some passing showers and Adam Style as well, so 4 millimeters, but especially some eastern side of French Polynesia might have more showers. But yeah, be aware, there's the GFS, some showers of French Polynesia. It has this trail of moisture further south than the Cook Islands, but it does have some 40 to 50 millimeters, the Cook Islands. And yeah, be aware, some other islands, like on Eastern Island, shows some 7 to 33 millimeters, more in some spots of Eastern for French Polynesia, but does show like the GFS in Vanuatu is even to 38 millimeters. The GFS is slightly more in Fiji than the European, to 65. So this is a possibility too. Does have in Tuvalu, Tokelau, those areas some heavier moisture, but does show Kiribati some passing showers, but the heaviest rains further north in the Marshall Islands, so shows like some 39 millimeters, 36, but the heaviest itself is in Micronesia, some 70 millimeters spots there, some spots just 78. So there's the intertropical convergence on here, a lot of those heavier showers and storms. So be aware, Micronesia. You can see here those passing showers during the day and night too. So be aware. There's the access model, shows like the access is kind of crazy sometimes, but it does have like to 135 millimeters in spots of Micronesia, Central Micronesia more than 130 millimeters, and it does have specific spots, the Samoa Islands just 70 millimeters, from some specific tropical downpours 71 millimeters, and it doesn't go that far east, but the access is also Vanuatu, some 60 50 millimeters, spots of New Caledonia, some showers in Fiji, and those areas there. There's some in Kiribati, but not that much. So be aware, those areas. There's the icon too, slightly similar to the axis, does have more than 100 millimeters, some areas of Micronesia, but not all of them, and does have this secondary of moisture here in Tuvalu. Those areas does have some islands Tuvalu to 104 millimeters, some other small islands to like 113 next 5 days, and depending on the storm it might be more, because these are not high resolution models like the ones I showed you in Australia. So be aware. And there's just here this intertropical convergence continues there, but some showers in other parts of French Polynesia, and the icon does have in the Cook Islands more than 100 in easternmost areas, and some other areas less. So be aware. Here for Papua New Guinea does show those interior tropical downpours like more than 100 millimeters, some other spots in Western Guinea too, to more than 100, on the coast to 60 70 millimeters, it is on the spots even goes to 100, and a little bit less on the eastern side, but it shows some showers and storms too, so some more islands there. There's the GFS, has a similar thing, especially Western Guinea, but central areas of Papua New Guinea, some heavier rain. There's the icon, shows more specific spots there, more than 100 millimeters, so be careful. And then there's the axis here, that's already upwards of 300 millimeters, so The axis might be more precise or might be exaggerating, but just be careful because those downpours there can really pack a punch, those tropical areas. So even close to 300 millimeters, some spots there. The axis does have some other parts, central and eastern Indonesia, some heavier showers, in some spots southern Indonesia is better, just some showers in the islands there. But that shows Sulawesi, some spots to more than 100 millimeters, and it still has in Palau some 87 millimeters, in Puro more than 100, more islands there along the western Pacific. So BR southern Philippines might be more storms, spots of the eastern Philippines too. Then the access has in Malaysia and Indonesia more than 200 millimeters, some interior spots there. Next 5 days, just 2 days has already some spots to 90 millimeters something, but 5 days does accumulate more. So beware, especially in Sumatra, the excess is above 200 millimeters, 270, 273 from those downpours. Does have some more like other spots of Sumatra, especially southeastern Thailand, 100, 63 in Singapore, and some more spots in Thailand as well. The access does have in Sri Lanka, southern India, some more, especially near the Andaman Nicobar Islands. So be aware. The Maldives, maybe the southern Maldives more. There's back back to the European now, shows spots of Indonesia, Malaysia, to 60, 70 millimeters, spots close to 100. So be aware, especially in Sumatra, there might be more moisture in this area, western Indonesia. The Europeans focus more on the west coast of Malaysia, but be aware, this area of the Bay of Bengal might get a surge of moisture to Port Blair, more spots there, some showers and storms. Southern India does show some more showers or thunderstorms next 5 days, spots of Sri Lanka too, so be aware, some spots there. But we'll discuss more about China and those areas in the Asia video. But just be aware, more rain coming to southern China, northern Vietnam, and some other rain spots of Cambodia too. And yeah, the Europeans also in these islands of the Western Pacific, more than 100 millimeters, in Puro in other areas, in Palau some 64. So be aware, but further out in Guam, some 3 millimeters, doesn't have much, but might be more near some other spots in the Pacific. But both models have like the southern part of the Philippines, some 80 millimeters. The GFS has the southernmost Philippines more than 100. These small islands there to like 134. So be aware, spots of the northeastern Philippines might have some heavier showers too. The GFS has more than 150 with this thing at the Bay of Bengal, and does have more near Sumatra, spots central Indonesia too, and like some passing showers, sea breeze villages, southern Maldives, and Sri Lanka. The GFS has more in Sri Lanka, southern India too, spots there. So be aware, and yeah, so stay safe. There are like more waves here for further south, southern Australia, New Zealand, because of these systems, this wind and everything. But that show that sometimes the Western Pacific, because of those cyclones further north. But the Marshall Islands on the north side, a little bit more waves. This goes maybe sometimes to the southern side of French Polynesia, some spots higher on April 6th and April 7th. This goes away, and maybe more action in New Zealand later. But be aware those areas and stay safe. Be aware those showers and storms. Just now, a quick tropical update. The GFS still has this low pressure trying to form the Bay of Bengal, but doesn't succeed. But this goes, and we might have another cyclone close to April 10th in the seas near northern Australia, just south of Indonesia. The GFS does form there near western Australia, kind of dissipates. There's the European shows like this goes there. that moisture, Indonesia, the Bay of Bengal, more rain and everything. But the next cyclone itself might come like on April 13th by the European near Western Australia, but mainly remains out in the ocean there, doesn't do much, and the Canadian doesn't go out that far. But yeah, be aware, sunspots there, but no imminent threats or anything. It's quite fine now. There's like the southwestern Pacific shows this rain New Zealand and Australia and everything, but just those waves of showers and storms in the tropics. No tropical cyclones expected. Just there's the Climate Prediction Center shows this 20% chance of tropical cyclone formation next 2 weeks near northern Australia, and the green is above average rainfall and still has on week 3 here some 20% chance of cyclone formation. This is something to watch as well, but nothing that crazy. So be aware. But